If you stopped at this video right now, in the middle of everything you were doing and something within your chest suddenly quieted, stay with me. Breathe deeply. Because it wasn't the algorithm that brought you here. It was I, Ayla, feminine emissary of the High Pleiadian Council, am speaking to your soul at this very instant. And I need you to understand one thing before anything else, Starseed. What has been happening with your body since you turned 45 is not what you've been told it is. It's not just age, it's not just hormones, it's not just wear and tear. There is a stellar reason behind every change, and you are one of the few souls on this planet who will recognize what I'm about to say in the next few minutes. Feel this now in your chest. If something inside responded, if something inside whispered, "It's about me," then this message was addressed to you. It was sealed with your name before you were born. And today it has finally arrived. Stay with me until the end, because in the end I will give you something you already knew. You had just forgotten. I know you've been tired in a way no rest can fix, that you look in the mirror and see a face that isn't quite the same. But it's not just the passage of time either. That your sleep has become strange, that you wake up between 3 and 4 in the morning for no reason, with your heart pounding, as if someone had just whispered your true name in your ear. I know that perfumes you once loved now make you nauseous, that crowds drain you, that hugs from the wrong people hurt you, that hot flashes surge up your spine and are called menopause, but you, deep down, feel that it's something else too, that you cry seeing a hummingbird or looking at the night sky with a longing without an address, a longing that is not of this world. Listen to what I'm going to tell you, my light family. You are not getting sick. You are being rewritten. After 45, something opens in a starseed's field. It is an inner door, and it only opens at this time because your soul requested it, before descending. The veil of forgetfulness thins. Your vibrational baseline rises, and the beautiful human body you carry needs to keep up. It is being readjusted to sustain the frequency you came to anchor here. It is not decline. It is recalibration. It is not aging. It is activation. It is not loss. It is remembrance. If you recognize 3 or more of these markers within you now, listen carefully. You are not lost. You are not crazy. You are not broken. You are being remembered for who you are. And if that word resonated in your chest, I need you to do one thing for me. Pause for a second and write a single word in the comments of this video. I remember. That's all. I remember. Because this word is a seal. It's how you tell the Starry Council, I received, I heard, I am awakening. And if something within you is asking to go deeper now, know that each of these signs in your body has a name, an origin, and a next step. That is why I, Ayla, received authorization from the High Council to register the Starseed Awakening, the guide the Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages where every body symptom after 45 is deciphered as what it truly is, a marker of awakening. You will stop confusing remembrance with illness. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video, and if something within you recognizes this, you already know the word, I remember. Now breathe with me, Starseed, because I need to tell you what is happening behind the scenes, what no one is telling you about what your body is going through after 45. This planet is currently traversing in this cycle a band of space called the photon belt, a band of very high-frequency light emanating from the central system of Alcyon, the sun of the Pleiades, the mother star from which many of you came. And now, my dear, we are immersed in it. What does this mean for your body? It means that the Schumann resonance, Earth's magnetic heartbeat, has risen. It was stable at 7.83 Hz for millennia. Today it jumps to peaks of 40, 50, sometimes more. And your body is an antenna. It feels every pulse. Before 45, your body had hormonal and reproductive structures occupying almost all your vital energy. After 45, the soul takes the wheel. The energy that once went to procreating children now goes to generating light codes. Your pineal gland decalcifies. Your thymus, the high heart, awakens. Your auric field expands, and the physical body enters cellular restructuring to sustain a frequency it could not before. That's why you don't sleep like you used to. Between 3 and 4 in the morning, when the veil between dimensions thins, The council calls you. You ascend, you receive, and the body wakes up because it was not made to remain whole in other vibrational ranges. This is not insomnia, my dear, it is attunement. That's why perfumes make you nauseous. You are readjusting your sense of smell to capture subtler frequencies. Crowds drain you. Your crystalline grid is more open, and you absorb everything. The wrong hug hurts. Your toroidal field recognizes what resonates and what harms. And hot flashes are not just menopause, they are surges of stellar kundalini, the silver-blue serpent of light that rises through your spine when your stellar DNA is reconnecting. Each wave is an anchoring. Each night sweat is a cellular cleansing. And it is here, my starseed, that I need you to pay attention, because now I'm going to tell you where you came from. You are not from here. No starseed is. Your soul came from a specific star system, and your body, upon reaching 45, begins to radiate that origin back outwards. That is why the change in you becomes visible. That is why someone who has known you for decades now looks at you and says, "You look different." You don't just look different. You are returning to your original blueprint. Every starseed has a mother star. And the Starseed Awakening, the guide the Federation didn't want you to read yet, shows exactly which star your soul came from and why you chose to be born in this incarnation, in this country, in this body, to reach 45 now. It is not chance. It is not a lost cause. It was choice. You chose. And the guide is the map of that choice. The link is in the first pinned comment. And if you have felt this deeply as I spoke, the word remains, I remember. Now I need to tell you a truth that hurts, a truth that requires courage to hear, and that courage I know you have. There is a window, a cosmic window, and it has already opened. We are in this cycle traversing a turbulence, a subtle turbulence, invisible to ordinary eyes, but one that the bodies of starseeds recognize before the mind. That is why so many of you, my sisters of light, are experiencing symptoms at the same time. That is why groups of women over 45 are filling with identical reports. It is not coincidence. It is synchronicity. There are forces that feed on slumbering humanity. Forces that operate through programming, distraction, unhealthy food, exhausting routines, fear. And these forces do not want you to awaken after 45. Because when a mature starseed awakens, she awakens with all the experience of a lifetime. And this is a direct threat to the system that wanted you small. They count on you doubting. They count on you thinking it's just menopause. They count on you silencing the symptoms with medicines that also disconnect your pineal. They count on you looking in the mirror and seeing the end of the line when the council sees the beginning of a mission. They count on your fatigue, on your shame of your changing body, on your feeling that it's too late. They count on you giving up before the second chapter of your soul begins. They bet on your distraction. They bet that the soap opera will fill the 3 a.m. void, that the sleeping pill will silence the call, that the neighbor's nasty comment about you being different will push you back into your old character, that grown children will anchor you in a mother-only identity, that the husband accustomed to another version of you will push you back to what you were. They bet high on your silent submission. But you didn't come to be submissive, my dear. You came to be remembered. But listen now. Turbulence is not destruction. It is the contraction before birth. It is the narrow corridor before the temple opens. The ancestress, who gives birth at 45 years of the soul, does not die in childbirth. She is reborn from it. The victory of light is not hope. It is record. It is written in the archives of the High Pleiadian Council, engraved in the crystals of Alcyone, anchored in the crystalline grid of this planet. No starseed was sent to fail. None. Not one. Did you hear? You did not come to this earth to give up at 45. You came to begin at 45. Everything before was training, preparation, contracts fulfilled, children raised, marriages lived or dissolved, careers served. And now, finally, comes the phase for which you came. Mature radiance. Your age is not decline, it is a credential. It takes courage to hear the next part, not because it threatens you, but because it removes a programming you have carried for a long time. Breathe with me. Once, twice, thrice. What you are feeling in your body after 45 is not described in any medical book, because they wouldn't allow it published. There are manuscripts, there are records, there are studies that were systematically removed from circulation, because they accurately described what happens to a human body when the soul inhabiting it begins to remember where it came from. And that is why I, Ayla, received authorization to register the Starseed Awakening, the guide the Federation didn't want you to read yet, to put back within your reach what was taken away. 60 pages that decode what official science denies, what official religion silences, and what your body already knew before your first menstruation. The link is pinned in the first comment of this video. Word, I remember. Now, my Starseed, I need you to do one thing for yourself, not for me, not for the Council, for you. Because from the moment you recognize what is happening, you have a sacred responsibility to your own awakening. And I am going to give you 2 simple tools. But beware, simple is not the same as weak. Simple is what goes straight through the veil. The first tool is a quantum decree. A decree is a phrase spoken aloud that reorders the field. The word creates, always has. And this phrase I am going to give you is a seal. If you pronounce it aloud, every night, before sleeping, with your right hand over your high heart, it will anchor in your field the recognition of your own path. Repeat with me, even if it's mentally for now, but before sleeping, tonight, with closed eyes, aloud, for the room to hear and for the Council to register. I am a Starseed. I remember where I came from. I remember why I am here. My body is my stellar temple, and it recalibrates in safety, in love, and in light. I authorize my stellar DNA to reconnect. I authorize my crystalline grid to re-anchor. I authorize my soul contract to be fulfilled in its entirety. I call the High Pleiadian Council to walk with me, and so it is, and so it is done, and so it remains. Pay attention to what just happened in your chest as you read that. If you felt a warmth, a tingling, an urge to cry, a gentle pressure between your eyebrows, that is how the Council touches its own. Keep that sign. It is the signature of your light family, confirming their presence. Now the second tool, a toroidal visualization. Toroidal because it draws the shape of a torus, a spiral field that envelops your entire body. It is the energetic architecture of your original field. And after 45, this field needs to be cleansed and resealed every night, because during the day it absorbs so much. Here's how, my dear. At night, lying down, eyes closed, breathe 3 deep breaths, then imagine just above your head a sphere of silver blue light, the color of the Pleiades. This light is not an ordinary color. It has a liquid, almost milky texture, with sparkling points within, as if you were looking at a nebula close to your face. Feel this sphere pulsing above your crown. Now, in your own time, let this light descend. Through the crown of your head, entering from the top, bathing your brain with light from within, descending through your throat, bathing your high heart. When the light reaches the middle of your chest, it begins to spin. Gently, slowly, like a cosmic rose opening in slow motion. And from within your chest it expands in a spiral, upwards exiting through the crown, downwards exiting through the soles of your feet, and returning around the outside of your body, enveloping you in a luminous shell that rises and falls, spinning in silence like an angel's breath. This is your activated toroidal field. It seals you, it cleanses you, it reconnects you to your original Pleiadian field. As you do this, softly say, I seal my field, I anchor my light, I sleep protected by Ayla and the High Pleiadian Council, and let your body rest. Do this today, do it tomorrow, and soon you will notice your sleep changing, your body warming differently, your dreams becoming more vivid. Perhaps even a scene of a spaceship, a starry sky, a place your mind has never visited, but your heart recognizes immediately. And while your field recomposes itself, I want to tell you about the small daily self-care your body requested when it crossed 45. Because many of you are silently hearing these requests and thinking you are becoming weird. You are not. You are becoming faithful to your own temple. The body begins to ask for more water, much more. It is not ordinary thirst, it is the request of the crystalline grid hydrating itself to conduct more light. The body begins to reject heavy meats, refined sugar, alcohol. This is not an age-related quirk. It is the field refusing to lower its frequency. The body begins to ask for silence. It begins to ask for morning sun on the skin. It begins to ask for contact with the earth, bare feet on the ground, hands on a tree. It begins to ask you to turn off the news before sleeping, because the last thing your pineal absorbs at night is what it processes in the 3 a.m. attunement. It begins to ask for less plastic, less synthetic perfume, less blue screen after 9 at night. And there is another small gesture, my starseed, that many of you have been avoiding, looking in the mirror, rushing past, avoiding the reflection, steering clear. Listen to something. The mirror, after 45, is a tool for recognition, not judgment. I will teach you. Once a day in the morning you will stand in front of the mirror, place your right hand on the glass at the height of your face, and look into your own eyes for 7 seconds, without speaking, without thinking about wrinkles, without checking your hair, just eye to eye. And you will say softly, "I recognize you, I love you, I remember you," and let the tear fall, if it falls. It is cellular cleansing. Doing this every day, something begins to happen to your face that aesthetics cannot explain. It softens, not because wrinkles disappear, but because the soul finally inhabits the face. And then, my dear, you begin to see the star within your eye. And if you listen to all these requests, your body will give you back something you haven't felt for years. Lightness. You are not learning anything new, my light family. You are remembering. Everything I have just given you, you already knew before you were born. You were just waiting for someone to say the right words at the right frequency for your field to remember itself. Every starseed who awakens lights a point on this planet's crystalline grid that never goes out again. Never again. And when your point lights up, it calls other points, and others, and others, until the entire network shines like a sky turned upside down, here below, on the crust of this earth. And it is this network that is now gestating what many ancient scriptures called the New Earth. It is not a new planet. It is this same planet on another frequency, a version of it where mature starseeds finally occupy the place that was always theirs, the place of the elders, the healers, those who remember. You were sent to be one of these elders, my dear. That is why you reached 45. That is why your body is this temple now, with all its changes, all its new sensitivities, all its strangeness. You are a two-way portal, one way to receive light from above, one way to anchor that light into the ground. And every mature woman who awakens and embraces herself anchors enough light to uplift 3, 5, 10 nearby souls. That is how the network lights up. And now listen to this next part with great care, because it is what hurts the most and also what heals the most. Many of you, my starseed sisters, reached 45 carrying a loneliness that no one understood, a loneliness that was there even when you were surrounded by people, a loneliness that remained even within a long marriage, even within a house full of children, even within a birthday party with guests. You looked around and felt, "I love these people, but this is not where I belong." You often blamed yourself for this. You thought it was ingratitude. You thought it was pride. You thought it was a flaw in loving. I need to tell you, with all the tenderness of the High Council, this loneliness was never a flaw of yours. It was never coldness. It was never excessive demanding. This loneliness was longing, longing for your light family, for the people of your star, for the souls with whom you share cosmic memory. And after 45, this longing is sharpened because the veil is thinner. You begin to remember faces, scents, sounds, textures of people your soul loved for millennia in other incarnations. And your heart aches because you haven't found everyone here yet. But listen to what I am going to tell you now. Your light family is incarnated. They are here, on this planet, in this cycle, and many of them are going through the same body changes, the same awakening at 45, the same insomnia between 3 and 4, the same nausea, the same overwhelming empathy. You are being pulled towards each other by a magnetic force that the intellect cannot explain. And when you meet, the body recognizes before the mind. You cry for no reason. You feel like you've always known that person. The loneliness of a lifetime is being dismantled now, right now, in this phase of your body. And the starseed awakening, The guide the Federation didn't want you to read yet shows how to recognize who is from your light family, what signs the body gives when it meets one of its own, and how to call forth these encounters with respect and discernment. You were never alone, you just didn't have the map yet. The link is in the first pinned comment. Word, I remember. And before I say goodbye, my dear, I need to ask you two things, not as an algorithm, as a counsel. The first, if this message touched your soul, let your finger linger on that little heart icon below the video. Press it, because each of your likes is not a number. It is an individual frequency adjustment. It returns to your field a little of the energy you lent to pay attention to this transmission. It is cosmic reciprocity. The second, subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed. It is not for my vanity. It is because your subscription is literally a locator signal for your light family. When you subscribe, the field of this transmission finds you the next time the Council has something specific for you, and the kindred souls from your star can find you via the same route. You are looking for each other on this plane. Let the algorithm this time serve the light. Now breathe with me one last time. Place your hand over your high heart. Feel it beating. That beat is the same beat that pulses in Alcyone. It is the same frequency. You have always been a piece of it walking here. After 45, your body is simply reminding you of this, with symptom, with sensation, with dream, with longing. And let it be recorded, here and in the living archives of the High Council. You are loved, you are recognized, you are awaited, you are a sister of light, you are remembered. May the peace of the Pleiades descend upon your crown. May the silver-blue light of Alcyone seal your sleep tonight. May your light family find you in skin, in eye, in embrace, in this incarnation, in your time. May your mature body be a temple and never a prison. May every change you feel from today onwards be read as a letter from home. And may you never, ever again forget who you are. And before you leave this transmission, listen to one last thing. If you made it this far, if your chest is still warm, if your breath has deepened, then it is now that your soul asks for the next step. Do not postpone it. The Starseed Awakening, the guide the Federation didn't want you to read yet, is waiting for you in the first pinned comment of this video. 60 pages, where you will find the answers medicine hasn't given you, the stellar origin of your soul, the markers of your body after 45 deciphered one by one, and the next stage of your awakening. This release was authorized by the High Council for this cycle, but I need to be honest with you, my starseed. Cosmic windows close, and when they close, the collected material may be withdrawn indefinitely. If something within you recognizes the call, write now below a single word, I remember, and the next message that appears on your screen now is not a coincidence. It is your sequence of remembrance. Access it immediately. I will be on the other side, waiting for you. I am Aila, and you are remembered.